The forum offers a constructive platform for discussing sensitive issues related to international security. In addition, the forum is characterized by openness and candor, with participants actively seeking practical solutions to shared challenges.
All of the countries that are
Here, we discuss many important issues, giving us the opportunity to hear perspectives from all sides and to express our own views. This exchange helps deepen understanding and learning, and contributes to building a safer and more stable international environment. This year marks the 20th anniversary of the Beijing Xiangshan Forum. As an important component of the forum's brand, this pilot meeting once again played a forward-looking and preparatory role, laying the groundwork for the 13th Beijing Xiangshan Forum scheduled for this fall. The purpose of the pilot meeting is to provide early insights and set the tone for the upcoming forum by engaging with participants' security concerns and identifying areas of consensus. The pilot meeting offers valuable reference points for determining the theme and format of the next Beijing Xiangshan Forum. Today, the Tianzhou-10 cargo spacecraft and the Long March 7 Yao-11 launch vehicle were vertically transferred to the launch area at the Wenchang Space Launch Site and are scheduled for launch in the near future. At around 8 a.m., the combined Tianzhou-10 cargo spacecraft and Long March 7 Yao-11 launch vehicle rolled out of the vertical assembly building, supported by the active launch platform. Prior to this, the spacecraft and rocket had completed final assembly and testing in the technical area. Today's weather sunny with some clouds provided favorable conditions for the transfer operation. After the vertical transfer is completed, pre-launch functional checks and subsequent fueling tests will be carried out. The Tianzhou-10 cargo spacecraft will carry approximately 6.2 tons of supplies, including materials to support the Shenzhou-23 and Shenzhou-20 for astronaut crews, spare parts for extravehicular maintenance, propellants, and various payloads and samples for application-related missions. Subsequent systems will conduct functional inspections and joint tests as planned before launch. Additional work will include electrical system testing, replacement of storage tanks, system-wide gas checks, kerosene temperature regulation, and electrical testing of the cargo spacecraft to ensure all systems are in proper condition. In combat operations, engineers are often among the first to reach the front line and serve as a key force in battlefield support, directly influencing the success of subsequent missions. Recently, several units organized their engineering detachments and support teams to conduct drills on tasks such as multi-method obstacle breaching and rapid maneuver operations, in order to assess their support capabilities under complex battlefield conditions. At the live explosive training site of an engineer detachment under a brigade of the Army's 72nd Group Army, each demolition team selected appropriate methods based on the characteristics of the target, completed target preparation and charge placement, and conducted precise demolitions of obstacles such as barbed wire, tetrahedrons, and anti-tank trenches. At the same time, in response to the presence of large mixed minefields, comprehensive minesweeping vehicles quickly advanced to the front edge of the minefield to clear a safe passage for follow-on forces. Only through proficiency in equipment operation can personnel respond quickly and effectively to different types of obstacles, thereby improving overall operational efficiency. The exercise also employed unmanned ground vehicles, drones, and other remote blasting methods to approach high-risk targets, deliver and detonate charges, reduce the risks associated with close-range operations, and test the real-world performance of unmanned equipment. Training courses and standards will continue to be optimized, with targeted efforts to address training gaps and continuously enhance the engineer detachment's all-weather, all-factor combat support capabilities. Recently, the Engineering Support Detachment of the 2nd Mobile Corps of the Armed Police conducted a practical exercise covering full-spectrum engineering support tasks. At the site for clearing complex terrain obstacles, officers and soldiers used vertical deep hole blasting to accurately remove obstructions. The engineering support team then carried out rapid road opening operations. After several hours of intensive work, a safe and unobstructed passage was successfully created, ensuring smooth movement for follow-up personnel and equipment. The Kogart Border Defense Company of the Xinjiang Military Region is stationed deep in the snow-covered mountains on the southern slope of the Tianshan Range and is responsible for nearly 100 kilometers of border defense. Patrols average an altitude of more than 4,500 meters, where officers and soldiers dedicate their youth and effort to guarding the mountains. Although summer has begun elsewhere and flowers are in bloom across much of the country, conditions here remain cold and windy. Today, the officers and soldiers once again set out on their patrol route. Today's patrol covers the Zijian Gully, using a combination of vehicle movement and hiking. The patrol vehicle traveled swiftly along a newly paved asphalt road. Instructor Liu Huikun told reporters that in recent years, improvements in border defense infrastructure have significantly enhanced duty performance and patrol arrival rates. This road was repaired only a few years ago. Its completion has greatly improved mobility and convenience for patrol personnel. According to the former squad leader of our company, this used to be a gravel road. Riding in a vehicle was extremely bumpy, and if you weren't careful, you could hit your head on the roof. After 2 hours, the patrol vehicle reached the end of the drivable route, and the remaining distance had to be covered on foot. The environment is cold and oxygen-thin, with barren land and sparse vegetation. Although it is already May, the landscape remains a stretch of bare gobi terrain. For Zhou Guo, a soldier from Guizhou, adapting to the desolate border environment was difficult at first. After 3 years of service, however, the wind, snow, and sand have strengthened his resolve to remain rooted at the border and committed to his post. My hometown is in Guizhou, where the mountains and rivers are beautiful, he said. When I first arrived at the border, I was shocked by the desolate mountains, but it made me understand that being a soldier means enduring hardship. Moreover, as border guards, we must protect every inch of our country's frontier.
同志们，我们要小心脚下啊，看着脚下走路。
Sergeant Wang Xiaoxian is the most experienced veteran in the unit, and this year marks his 7th year stationed at the border. His comrades affectionately call him the Border Sentinel. Along the way, he always walked at the front of the team, explaining the terrain to his comrades and reminding everyone to stay safe. Comrades, we've now reached the Kisner Gully. Watch your footing to avoid injuries. The wind here is extremely strong, sharp like a blade, so we must protect ourselves during the hike. Officers and soldiers told reporters that walking in Kogart is difficult, and the stone gully hides dangers, a jingle that reflects their real experiences here. The group moved forward with difficulty along the river bank, navigating ravines and rugged terrain conditions far more challenging than ordinary mountain trekking. After more than an hour of strenuous travel, they finally reached the designated point. As border guards, every inch of land beneath their feet and every mountain and river behind them is something they are sworn to protect. Today, the first special recruitment event for retired service members hosted by Central State-owned enterprises was launched in Zhong'an, Hebei Province. 7 themed recruitment areas were set up on site, including sectors such as energy, chemical engineering, and construction. An online recruitment platform was launched simultaneously, bringing together 95 central enterprises both online and offline, offering a total of 13,000 high-quality job opportunities for veterans. Recently, the Chongqing Garrison District organized its reserve units to conduct post-training competitions. The competition closely aligns with the new requirements of real-world combat service support. In addition to traditional courses, such as cardiopulmonary resuscitation, emergency repairs, and vehicle operation, new modules including venous blood collection, fire suppression, and casualty evacuation were added to assess core skills needed for peacetime emergency response and comprehensive wartime support. We have moved away from the previous model of fragmented and passive learning, establishing a long-term mechanism for regularized military training, institutionalized competitions, and combat-oriented improvement. This approach has significantly enhanced the professionalism, emergency response capability, and service quality of support personnel. Recently, the 16th Chinese Peacekeeping Engineering Contingent to South Sudan completed repairs on the Tangier-Omichi supply route. This supply line spans 112 kilometers and connects multiple counties, towns, and villages. Officers and soldiers adopted measures suited to local conditions, reinforcing the roadbed, leveling the surface, and repairing drainage ditches, effectively addressing long-standing livelihood challenges faced by local residents.